If you found this video, you're probably wondering, how long will the battery last in an Insta360 AcePro? Will an aftermarket battery last as long as an OEM one? How does the new higher capacity battery for the AcePro 2 do in an AcePro? When I was looking at the AcePro, I couldn't really find the answer to any of these questions, so I set out to find the answers and share the results of what I found. Now, I did do a review of batteries almost a year ago with the handful of batteries that I had at the time. Since then, I've tested a lot more batteries, including the newest battery from Insta360 for the AcePro 2, and I wanted to provide an update. I've also tested batteries for the Insta360 X4, so if you're interested in that camera, check out the link up above or in the description down below. What am I doing this for? I like to spend a lot of my free time sailing and racing sailboats. I like to film it so I can learn from it and also remember the experiences and share it with others. When I'm on a boat, I want the camera to film for as long as it possibly can. On some boats and during some races, I can't always stop to swap the batteries. So finding the longest battery was really important to me. When Insta360 announced the AcePro 2, I was intrigued that it came with a higher capacity battery that Insta360 listed as compatible with the original AcePro, so I wanted to see how this compared to the original battery as well as the aftermarket batteries. At this point, I've run 355 tests over 544 hours on 30 different batteries from 16 different brands. To test the batteries, I took the settings I would most likely be using for sailing: 4K, 30 frames per second with HDR and horizon leveling on. The camera was tested in my living room with the camera looking at my backyard, so it was at a consistent temperature and run during the day or in the evenings with an outside light on. Insta360 advertises 100 minutes of runtime on a battery with these settings, so let's see how close these batteries would come. After running all of these tests across all of the batteries, the average runtime was 97.6 minutes, and 26% of the time, the batteries lasted longer than 100 minutes. When we look at the different batteries, there are some pretty clear differences in their performance. First, let's talk about the original AcePro batteries. The original battery in the AcePro lasted 97.2 minutes and hit the 100-minute mark 15% of the time. With the introduction of the AcePro 2, Insta360 introduced a higher capacity battery that was backward compatible with the original AcePro. The new Insta360 AcePro 2 battery has an increased capacity of 1800 mAh, up from 1650 with the AcePro. The batteries look pretty identical other than some rearranged logos and some tiny text indicating the capacity. As expected, the AcePro 2 battery did better than the original battery. It averaged 99.6 minutes and exceeded the 100-minute mark 18% of the time. This is better than the original battery, but not as good as some of the aftermarket batteries that we'll see in a second. When it comes to the aftermarket batteries, I tested 14 different makers. The majority of those were 1800 milliamperes. One was 1700 and one was 2200, but there really wasn't a noticeable difference between those and the 1800 milliampere ones. The batteries that did the best were the NBCC and Raytrick batteries, averaging 101 and 102 minutes on average. These batteries both hit the 100-minute mark 73% of the time. Honorable mention goes to the Roralma and Power Extra batteries. So there you have it. With the right battery, you can expect 100 minutes in the original Insta360 AcePro. I've posted some charts and data from all of the batteries on my website. Check out the link down in the description to see that. If you want to purchase any of the batteries used in this test, check out the links down below. The camera and many of the batteries used in this test were purchased by me for my own use. Some of the batteries were received through Amazon's Vine Voice program. All of the batteries were charged using the same 3-battery charger. If you want to see more content about cameras, sailing, and technology, be sure to subscribe. If you want to see more videos using the AcePro, check out my No Quarter Sailing YouTube channel over there.